Hello everyone. From today, we are again going to start our daily series of various important questions that will be very useful for your upcoming examinations. Probably in few days, you are going to get the detailed notification of FCI AG3 examinations. Okay, there will be a good number of vacancy as we are expecting. But for that, you have to start your preparation from right now. Okay, so in this lecture in this video we are going to discuss few important questions, okay, which will be very useful for your even for FCI exam also, because see FCI, when you talk about the FCI AG3, then mains paper is in which there is a agriculture portion. There is two group. One is group 1, that is agriculture, botany and zoology, and there is group B in which there is agriculture, physics and chemistry. While filling the application form, you have to select group 1 or group A or group B. Okay, so today onwards we'll be also bringing the questions of the previous year FCI AG3 examinations. Also, we'll be posting you the questions of the botany and geology sections also, because many students have messaged us regarding the questions of botany and geology, the types of questions that are asked in the FCI AG3 examinations. Okay, first let's start from this. This is examination very important for all the examinations. Okay, first is growing trees and shrubs for aesthetic or shady and decorating purpose. Scientifically, it is known as. First, listen. Whenever you give, even if you are giving the appearing in the examinations like Ibps Afo, then 1-2 questions they are asking from the terminology. So while you are studying the agricultures, or I will say any subjects, then terminology plays a vital role. So try to understand the terminology very carefully. According to these questions, they have asked scientifically what term you use for the growing of trees and shrubs for aesthetic or shady and decorating purpose. Okay, so the right answer to this is arboriculture. Okay, what is the right answer? That is arboriculture. Okay, viticulture, that is, growing of the growing and harvesting of grapes. Similarly, if you talk about the silviculture, growing of the trees, that is silviculture. Okay, so there are various terminology that you should focus, because definitely 1 or 2 questions will be asked from the particular terminology. Which institute has developed goat pox vaccine? This is also very important. The questions regarding the institutes are asked repeatedly. Recently, it was asked in Bank of Maharashtra AFO examination also. IBPS AFO, regularly they ask these questions. Okay, so you must know the full forms of the various institutes, always where their headquarters is, that institute is located. Okay, what are the achievements achieved by that institutes? Suppose they have asked question that which institute has developed goat pox vaccine. Options are NDRI, NDDB, Goat Research Institute, IVRI, CSWRI. Okay. Then in this case, also you have to remember the establishment year of various important institutes. Suppose if you talk about regarding this questions, goat pox vaccine, then this was developed by IVRI, Indian Veterinary Research Institute, which is situated in Ijatnagar, Uttar Pradesh. And when was it established? It was established in 1889. 1889. Okay. Now, similarly, if you ask regarding the NDRI, then what is the full form of NDRI? That is National Dairy Research Institute. Okay. Before it was established in 1923. That time it was name was Imperial Institute of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Okay. National Dairy Research Institute, its name has been changed after the independence, that is after 1947, and it is in Karnal, Haryana. Okay. Similarly, if you talk about the NDDB, then that is National Dairy Development Board, and the NDDB is established in 1965. So this portion, try to note down the things which we are saying you that is important. It will be very useful for you. Next question is, which among the bio-fertilizer do not provide nitrogen? Azotobacter, Trichoderma, Rhizobium, Acetobacter, Aspergillium. Okay, means the question is regarding the bio-fertilizers. Okay, there are various types of bio-fertilizer: free living, associative symbiotic, okay, aerobic, anaerobic, symbiotic, like Rhizobium, they are symbiotic nitrogen fixation. Azotobacter, they are free living. Okay, When you talk about the azoospermillium, they are associative symbiotic nitrogen fixers. Only one option is there which do not provide nitrogen, that is Trichoderma verdei. Okay, the right answer is Trichoderma verdei. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, that is PMFBY, was started in the year. Yes, schemes. Nearly every time, or sometimes they don't ask, but every time they ask regarding the different schemes there when this was launched. Their question is, when was Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana launched? Then 2015, 2016, 2017, 2014, 2018. Okay, then this was launched in 2016. Fasal Bima Yojana, this is crop insurance scheme. Okay, they also ask regarding the premium rates, like for Kharif crop, it is 2%. If you talk about the Rabi crops, then it is 1.5%. If you talk about the any annual and horticulture crops, it is 5%. Then premium rate has to be also remembered. Highest calcium is present in which of the following manure? They have asked the question from the nutrient content of the various animals manure. Okay, see, when you talk about this, then see, if you talk about the according to option, pig, poultry, sheep, cattle, and goat are the options. Then they have asked highest calcium is present in. Then see, highest calcium is present in poultry. Highest calcium will be present in poultry. Okay, when you talk about the pig, then in pig, potassium is present in highest quantity. In pig, potassium is present in highest quantity. Okay, when you talk about the nitrogen, nitrogen also is highest in poultry. When you talk about the phosphorus, it is also in poultry. When you talk about the potassium, it is pig. When you talk about the calcium, then also poultry. When you talk about the magnesium, that is cattle. When you talk about the sulfur, that is also poultry. Okay, if you ask in this manner, in cattle which nutrient is highest, then that is nitrogen. In sheep also nitrogen, but in pig it is potassium. Lowest, that is sulfur, but in case of pig, lowest is magnesium. Okay, but here question is, calcium is present in which of the following manure? Highest, that is poultry. In which of the tillage method 15 to 30% of the crop residue is left on the soil surface? Conventional tillage, no-till, reduced tillage, ridge tillage, mulch tillage. Okay, when you talk about the tillage, that is physical manipulation of the soil, then there are various types of tillage. Tillage are classified on the basis of time, based on the time with respect to crop, based on the time. Second, they are classified based on the season. Third, they are classified based on the modern farming. When you talk about the based on the time, then there is two types: preparatory cultivation and after cultivation. In preparatory cultivation, you will have primary tillage, secondary tillage, layout of seed bed. And when you talk about the after cultivation, then like thinning, gapping, weeding, hoeing, earthing up, that will come under the after cultivation. Next, depending on the season, then that is on season and off season. On season, again, you have to do preparatory tillage and after cultivation. And off season, you can call it fallow tillage, in which you study about summer tillage and winter tillage. Again, on modern farming, you have zero tillage. All this comes under the. But here the question is that in which type of tillage 15 to 30% of crop residue is left on the soil. See, then when you talk about the conventional tillage, then how much percent crop residue is left? No till, again reduced till. The again there is conservation tillage also. Then in case of conventional tillage, less than 15%. In case of conventional tillage, less than 15% of the crop residue is left, or you can say less than 560 kg per hectare. In reduced tillage, 15 to 30% of the crop residue is left, or you can say 560 to 1120 kg per hectare. And in conservation tillage, it is greater than 30% crop residue, or greater than 1120 kg per hectare. So according to the question, our right answer is reduced tillage. What is nitrogen content in canned fertilizer? Okay. Now, they have asked question regarding the can. What is the full form of can? Calcium ammonium nitrate, which is famously known as the Kisan Khad. Okay. And when we talk about the nitrogen percentage in it, the nitrogen percentage in it is 25%, and it is neutral fertilizer. Similarly, if you talk about the ammonium nitrate, then ammonium nitrate contains 33% of nitrogen. Okay, that is of highly hygroscopic nature. And ammonium nitrate is also known as the explosive fertilizer. Rotting of stem at ground level disease is known as foot rot, wilt, leaf curl, molia disease, or leaf rust. Okay, rotting, you can also just from the word also, the right answer is this foot rot. Which of the following propagation method is used in droopy vine? See, this is also very famous question. Also, the questions are repeatedly asked from the propagation method. Suppose if they ask from the bear, then bear is propagated by ring and tea budding. If you ask about the lychee, then air layering. Okay, aula, then patch budding. Again, if you talk about the pomegranate, then hardwood stem cutting, even air layering is done in the mango, this pomegranate. Okay, but here they have asked about the droopy, then it is serpentine layering. Okay. Serpentine layering. What is the optimum pH required for grapes cultivation? 4.5 to 5.5, 5.5 to 6.5, 6.5 to 7.5, 7.5 to 8.5, 6 to 7. See, this is also important section. You do try to remember the pH of various important crops, either be agronomic crops or horticulture crops, even the ideal temperature for the cultivations. That is also very important. Okay, so here the pH required for the grapes is 5.5 to 6.5. That is acidic pH. Okay. So guys, this is our we have already launched the course for the Food Corporation of India, that is AG3 post, technical post. Okay, in which we have covered the entire agriculture, botany, geology, chemistry, and physics. That depends upon the students. They are either they are choosing the group A or group B for their examinations. But we have covered all the 5 sections in this PDF notes. Okay, and do subscribe the channel, because now onwards we will be posting you the very important questions which will be very beneficial for your upcoming examinations. Okay, thank you.